Alright, so how's everyone today? We're back with the side stories for Reverse 1999. Congrats Dayon getting first, Millie for second, and Panzer for third. So we're gonna do the stories. One of the antidotes is ending in 7 or 8 hours, so we're gonna get this over with. Let me just check something. Let's see. Crew. Let's see, where is she? He's I think 5-star maybe or 4-star.
Knock first. Now walk out and wait till I say, "Come in, please."
So we did find out that her mom was in the 3.20 update. Let's see, is there a thing to see what their speech thing is? Voice.
Hey, why are you here? Wait, knock first. Now walk out and wait till I say, "Come in, please." Why are you so very special? Why is Sonata willing to be your assistant? You are... The nature of divination is deduction based on reality. It is not always correct, but I surely am.
I also have to unlock her insight to 2 or 3 to get the other ones.
Ah, you have no taste in food. Say, baguette tastes fabulous only with beurre maître d'hôtel.
So much different from her mom.
The glorious sun as bright as Mathilde. Huh? Any problem?
The fall of night brings with it a touch of madness in demons and humankind alike.
Alright, so Mathilde Bornish. Handover days. Also, we get a side cube for completing the thing too. So how is this done? Wait, is this just similar to Necrosis type of gameplay? Where there's like a map? Let's see. Someone's about to die. Okay. Unexpected but fate. Guest room, St. Pavlo Foundation. Well, what do you think, madam? The girl twists across the black and white tiles, showing off her coat umbrella with the same pattern. It hangs a little loose on her, but the joy in the movement makes just a detail irrelevant. Welcome in, Ray Ray. How's everything? What have you been playing lately? Oh, she's talking to her mom. You look beautiful, my dear, but... There, much better. Vero brushes the fringe on her daughter's forehead and nods with a gentle smile. My, how have you changed? Of course, Mama. I'm all grown up now. Look. Mathilde hops over to her desk and grabs a letter. What letter did she get? She carefully unfolds it, as if afraid it might tear. In recognition of Special Investigator Mathilde Brunich's outstanding performance, the committee has decided to promote her to Official Investigator Level 3. This appointment is effective immediately. Identify and clearance level will be updated shortly. St. Pavlo Foundation, Investigator Management Center. Finally, I waited so very, very long for this. Ah, finally! Now you can't make any more excuses, Mama. She puffs her cheeks and shoots her mother a playful glare. Some time ago, her mother has vanished without a trace. Even the Foundation couldn't find her. Mathilde had spent many nights tossing and turning over it. Then, a few days ago, Beryl reappeared, safe and calm as ever. Rumor has it she has returned to meet with Madame Z and Mathilde's old classmate, and one who came the timekeeper. But no matter how Mathilde pressed for answers, her mother only smiles and said,
No need to hurry.
You must uncover the truth yourself. I have already taught you everything you need to know. Just as she is now, that's how her mother has always been. Mathilde has learned to accept it. Alright, the only thing left is to hand over my duties to monitor assistant. They said they have already found someone, and I must meet her today. While I'm away, the newcomer will take over disciplinary duties at the school. So, today is my great foray into tutorship. Lucky for me, it's field trip day, so there won't be any students around. So click on this. So field trip day is an extended learning curriculum launched by the SPDM in the past 2 years, sending students to explore Foundation branches, the place laboratories, and Xeno training grounds. While the option is limited, at least from now on, the students have one more event to look forward to besides the annual parade ceremony. It says that the proposal for this extended learning curriculum went through a multi-year process before it was ultimately approved and executed. She carefully puffs her chest, then tilts her head, a slight frown growing on her face. Still, ever since I woke up this morning, I had this uneasy feeling like something bad is going to happen. I tried divination with my orcharium, but the reading was unclear. Mathilde glanced at her mother, already knowing what kind of answer to expect. I have taught you more than just divination. Haha, I know I know. Wait, aha. I know what's bothering me. It's that awful woman, the monitor director. She doesn't like me. Well, I don't like her either. Alright. Main Hall Foundation. Huh? It was not long after Mathilde's graduation, on one of her many visits to St. Pavlo Foundation, that she caught sight of a familiar figure in the hall. Hello, Madame Z. Hello, Mathilde. There's no way she'd let this opportunity slip by. I submitted my application to become an investigator, but I still haven't heard back. All my classmates has been assigned except me. Do you know why? Do you? Investigator? She paused for a moment, then gives a faint smile. I'm not sure about the details, but if I remember correctly, you're younger than most of your classmates, aren't you? You mean my age? This wasn't the answer she was hoping for, and that's something she could be fixed through determination alone. But I know you did well in school. I'm sure you'll make an excellent investigator one day. But this is a dangerous line of work. Perhaps for now, you can start as a monitor assistant, build some experience. What do you say? What? Exclamation of disbelief from a voice Mathilde has hoped she'd never hear again. The monitor director storms over, her face dark with outrage. Madame Z, I know I asked for help in finding a candidate, but... Her? Please tell me you're joking. The director shoots Mathilde a glare. Her expression a mix of shock and fury. She's got to be one of the least disciplined students we ever had. To be continued. Those who assist with discipline may create their own. So that's a memory? Different choices unlock different rekindle memories. Wait, so I didn't make a choice yet. Did I? Wait, so there's only 3, so that means the... Okay, wait a sec. Have to check how a rekindled memory is unlocked. In stage 3, successfully use your arcane skill to save a falling boy. Wait, okay, so that's for that outcome. Okay, what's this one? In stage 5, share a particular thought with a certain girl. And so we already did this one, right? So stage 1, remember a conversation with monitor director right after graduation. Those who assist with discipline may create their own. So that means we unlock that one, right, I guess. Wait, so that's stage 1. Stage 3. So there's what? More than okay, so okay, we'll go to stage 2. SPDM. Two girls, one after the other, walks down the shaded path that follows the school building. One is chattering non-stop, the other quietly following behind. Here we are. This is the path all students take to class every day. The class monitor reports to us on attendance and whether anyone is feeling unwell. If someone is ill, it is our responsibility to check on them. We just use the same old method. Take a drop of blood, drip it in a glass of water, and if a fern inside changes color, there's a problem. But sometimes this method isn't so sensitive. So if a student looks really awful, I just... Huh. Are you listening? Of course, Miss Mathilde. The girl's eyes briefly flick up from behind her glasses, then drop right back to the notebook in her hand. Mathilde can't help but recall the moment the monitor director introduced this new monitor assistant, the successor. This is Miss Lavender Dale, one of this year's graduate. The monitor director rests a hand on the shoulder of the black-haired girl standing nearby. She is her class's valedictorian, and it demonstrates the greatest discipline. I believe she is the best candidate for the position of monitor assistant. The usual stone-faced director looks at the bespectacled girl with visible pride and satisfaction, the kind that left no room for doubt. By comparison, her opinion of Mathilde is likely the complete opposite. Since she started as a monitor assistant, the two have clashed more than once. Mathilde gives in more than often than not, but there's no question that those exchanges were unpleasant for both sides. Mathilde snaps back to attention, noticing the steady scratch from a pen across paper. What are you writing? Did I really talk that much? Just adding some notes, reminder for myself. The eyes behind the lens drift back to the notebook, the pen never stopping. So the notebook is a subject that Mathilde prefers not to discuss. At her former school, Miss Mathilde Boniche was always the top student. However, ever enrolling in the SPDM, she has never ranked higher than third. She couldn't understand it. They were taking the same class, and no one was putting in extra hours of study time. Why was she falling short? After a lot of careful thought, she theorized that the others must have a special trick when it came to taking class notes. Asking to borrow their notes directly would be the best approach, and Mathilde figured that they were unlikely to refuse the request. But she couldn't bring herself to ask. Still young, she viewed them as rivals and was unwilling to make a move that suggests weakness. She tried countless times to muster the courage, only to stop herself, retreating in embarrassment beneath her questioning eyes. Then one morning, an opportunity presented itself. The classroom was empty, and only the children's books, and most importantly, their notes remained on the desk. The temptation of the devil proved irresistible. Drawn by some inexplicable force, she edged closer to the desk that didn't belong to her. Aha! A noise came from outside the door, making her jump like a surprised rabbit, causing her to crash straight into the newcomer. The suspect, Mathilde Boniche, was immediately apprehended, thus ending her criminal career. Yet to this day, she still remembers what she saw in the hurried moment. Questions the instructor mentioned, and those not mentioned. Some came from answers, and some without. Every page of the notebook was filled with dense, cramped writing. It turns out that the orange-haired girl, whom she has always regarded as a mere rival, harbored far deeper thoughts than she let on. Now the question is the girl before her the same? So she's probably talking about Sonetta. She's the orange-haired girl. A cloud of suspicion builds in Mathilde until a thought takes shape. Wait, don't tell me. An uneasy feeling that's been hanging over her since morning washes over her once more. If something were to go wrong with her promotion, there's only one person who could be behind it, the monitor director. It may not even be out of malice. The woman has been in her post for decades. She's a relic. It's not as if Mathilde has ever mean to defy the rules. It's just that the whole system is hopelessly outdated. A good arcanist needs broad knowledge, an open mind, deep understanding of arcanum, and quick judgment in crisis. At the SPDM, whoever obeys the dusty student handbook best is considered excellent. The more like a puppet, the better. Becoming a monitor assistant was never her plan, but once appointed, she tries to bring something new and better to the school. Sadly, to the director, that was an unforgivable misdemeanor. Oh, thank you for the lurk, decaf. We're moving in front of the school building of the SPTM.
No.
No, it's more like she's always believed in that deep down. What did you say? Nothing. Mathilde flinches, immediately on guard. If her guess is right, this first year may be the director's little spy, sent to evaluate her performance. You said if a student really looks awful, you would... What? Nothing. Usually Mathilde would judge herself whether a student is faking or truly sick. If it's the latter, she has her own trick to help them out. But now's not the time to talk about that. If she wants her promotions to stay on track, she had better keep her progression ideas under wrap, at least for today. So progressive ideas, a slight stinging sensation pulsed at the tip of her fingertip. But it was nothing next to the pain stabbing through her head. The blood drawn by the syringe dropped into the cup. After a long wait, however, the fern still remains a vibrant green. Looks like... I'm alright. Sorry. I'll head back to class now. Lie back down. Your face is pale as a ghost. She was gently pushed back onto the bed. The person in front of her pulls a fountain pen from her pocket before smearing some ink into the leaf. The leaf had changed colors, indicating that you weren't feeling well. You should rest today. Noticing her stunned expression, the monitor assistant gives her a wink. Yes, she didn't know. This is one of the most advanced testing methods available. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. Welcome in, Abby. How's everything? Games are pretty good. We're just doing the story, so I'm doing the last minute for Mathilde's story since it is gonna reset tomorrow. So I mean, it's gonna end at less than 8 hours. Nice housework, by the way. Yep. Well, that's only for this story. If I finish early, I might do the second story, which has which ends next month. So I still have plenty of time. Just the Sentinel is ending in 8 hours. Behind the school building. Next, I'll take you to the infirmary. If a student gets ill or injured, and no teachers are around, we are responsible for basic first aid. Yeah, I just saw that one. Follow me. This way behind the building is quicker. She stops in her tracks. The girl behind her letting out a small gasp. About 3 stories high, on the back wall of a school building, 2 white-clad figures are awkwardly edging towards a window frame. What are you 2 doing? To be continued. Did we spook them? So for stage 3, we wanna successfully use the arcane skill to. Okay, so so if they spooked him, then does it mean like he body tripped or something? We want to use our. Well, do we get to choose, or did it choose us for us? Behind the school building.
Oh no.
So stage 3. Oh no! It's the monitor assistant.
Hurry up!
Go! Climb! The kids can't be older than 6 or 7. The moment they spot Mathilde and Lavender, panic flashes across their faces, and they scramble upward in a fury. Isn't today supposed to be a field day trip? What are the students still doing here? There's no time to think. The boy slips, his foot missing the ledge below. He's going to fall! The window to act is gone in an instant. The incantation Mathilde learns in class springs to her lips. The boy freezes mid-air, then slowly drifts onto the grass. His face is as pale as chalk. Also, it's a time sequence. So if I didn't press the button, he would have the spell would have gone off. So hopefully we saved him. Ah, good for you. The great Mathilde Bourniche was here. That could have ended very badly. We saved him! I'm wondering what would happen if we didn't save him. You applied the knowledge beyond the classroom. That alone outperformed 80% of your fellow students. See, but Mathilde has let her guard down too soon. Tony! Are you okay? Ah! The girl leans forward to look in, and in the panic of seeing her friend fall, loses her balance.
Help!
Ah! She comes hurling down, and this time, Mathilde is too slow. A thought flashes through her mind. Heavy with dread, it's over. But what follows isn't a dud stud she suspected, nor a child frightened well. It's a familiar voice.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
I've seen rain and hail fall from the sky, but never kids. A young man in silver white armor stands before them. Luckily, he appeared just in time to catch the girl. He gently sets the girl down. She is unhurt, but pale and shaken. Ranger Squad, superb timing. But how did you... She freezes as she notices the face beneath the helmet. Oh, okay, I was like, is that Jay? Cause the costume was different. But I know that's his other outfit. Is the knight. Levash? Jay? Long time no see, French fry. Didn't think I'd run into you today. What are you doing here? You joined the Racer Squad? She steps closer, her eyes lighting up as she examines the gleaming armor. Not exactly. I'm a... what's the word? Right. An intern. The squad's doing a presentation over here soon, so we came to scout this place. It'll be a mock battle too. The captain's making me do it.
Come on.
I get it's an honor or whatever, but I ain't the kind of guy to pretend to fight. That's my style. What? You're a great show-off. It should be easy, no? Hey, I ain't no show-off. I'm the real deal. Don't gotta put it on when cool just oozes from you. An unexpected reunion, full of laughter and nostalgia. So, you're a mentor now, huh? Not bad. He glances at Lavender, standing quietly behind her, then gives Mathilde a pat on the shoulder. Let's make sure you set a good example, huh? With a wave, the young man striders off. Time to get back to business. Do you two have any idea how dangerous that was? Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Why were you sneaking into the building? Planning a prank? The two kids exchange a nervous glance. No matter how Mathilde questions them, they just mumble. Do you realize that according to school rules, this means you'll be sent to... Mathilde can't bring herself to finish the sentence, but Lavender delivers the verdict coldly. The guardhouse. So we saved the boy. But so on 5 we have to share our thoughts with a certain girl. So stage 4. Let me check. Oh yeah, okay. I think we're good. So in front of the school building.
No.
I don't want to go to the guardhouse. It's dark and cold in there. And the rats are as big as puppies. They'll bite.
Please.
Please, just this once. Let us go, please. The two continue to plead as Mathilde marches them to the guardhouse. She almost gives in. She's done the same before. Sure, mistakes should be punished, but it should be something like a week without candy or half allowance for a month. She knows what the guardhouse is like. The place has cruel little lessons meant to make naughty kids remember their mistakes. No. Rules are rules. If you didn't want to end up there, you shouldn't have been so reckless. Or you shouldn't have been caught. Mathilde finishes the thought silently and steels herself. As their cries continues behind her, she glances back at Lavender. She's scribbling once again in her notebook. Alright, so we're at the guardhouse. Not this one. Much too drafty. You'll catch a cold. And this one. Why is the floor all wet? Disgusting. We might need cleaning later. Mathilde opens door after door until only one room remains. Huh. What are all these shamans doing here? I swear I cleared them out last time. Well, I suppose there's nothing for it. There's only only one left. The moment she steps inside, the kids turn pale. But don't worry, I'll chase them out. A burst of flame flashes across the cold tile. Startled, the shaman scurries out through the cracks under the door. By the time the last one has wiggled its way out, the room already feels warmer. The handbook doesn't mention cleaning the guardhouse room before locking students inside. It's the first time her successor has spoken up. And does it say we cannot? I see. Mathilde noticed Lavender's eyes widen slightly before she flicks her notebook open again to jot something down. Who knows what? Either way, Mathilde just can't bring herself to leave a couple of kids who look like they just started elementary arcanum locked up in a room full of Sharmars. Alright, get in. According to the rules, you have to stay in there until evening. I'll return later to check on you. As long as you behave and think long and hard about what you've done, we'll make it out in time for dinner. Mathilde turns to leave, but feels someone tugs at her coat.
Please?
Can you stay with us? Everyone else went out on a field trip. It's boring being stuck here alone. A thought crosses Mathilde's mind. That's right, today's field trip day. What are you two still doing here?
But
We wanted to go, of course, but... They found an old notebook with instructions on how to make a football in it. Apparently from a former student. Smashed the window on the second floor. I'm sorry. We were just curious. The girl's cheeks flushed bright red.
because
We only want to know what it's like outside. What people out there do. That's against the rules. The student handbook clearly states that students must not engage with the outside world unless given express permission. But if a teacher's watching, then it's fine, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have field trips or paradise ceremonies. The girl puffs up her cheeks and looks at Lavender, her fingers tightening around Mathilde's coat.
Please?
Tell us a story about being a special investigator. I heard you talking with that big boy just now. You've been to a lot of places, haven't you? India, America. I only seen those names in books.
Please.
All eyes fall on Mathilde. She has no intention of saying no. Alright, so on stage 5. So this is probably going pretty quick. Truthfully, I was absolutely terrified back then. I really thought I was going to die. But thanks to Razor Squad, we made it out alive. Inside the orchidarium on her lap, dazzling scenes of adventures unfold. When the story ends, the children's mouths are still hanging open into awe.
Wow.
What happened next? What about the energy hero lady? She registered with the Foundation but left soon after. She's a wandering dancer, free as the wind, always drifting whenever life takes her.
That's awesome.
I like that Indian guy better, with the mask and the mechanical arm, so cool. So that's Charmaine. Miss Mathilde, tell us again about how he smashed the door open. Then the wandering dancer is Mercius or something. The two chatters endlessly with her, their eyes shining brightly in the dim guardhouse. Finally, they ask a question. Can we be like you someday, Miss Mathilde? Go out into the world and meet lots of people? Of course you can! But first, you need to grow up a bit. There's a reason the student handbook forbids leaving school without permission. The two kids exchange glances.
Listen.
We heard some rumors. They said a few years ago, some kids snuck out of school and something bad happened. Who told you that? Who's spreading those lies? Lavender's sharp tone makes both children fall silent. Then Mathilde speaks. They weren't troublemakers. They were just like you, curious about the world outside. There's nothing wrong with that. Miss Mathilde. Mathilde ignores Lavender's clear disapproval, gently placing her hands on the children's small shoulders. Alright, take care, Panzer. Have a good rest. They just didn't know how dangerous the outside world can be. There are terrible disasters, and people far more terrifying than any monsters. The Storm, Mantis Vindictae, names that are not supposed to be spoken on school grounds, but Mathilde has seen too many who have suffered because of them. Those cunning villains set a trap, luring them into a nightmare, into a lie. It wasn't any of those children's fault, but one of them decided to take all the blame alone. Mathilde recalls the face of that old classmate. That day, she'd given her a pair of crystal earrings as a parting gift. The next time she saw her, she only caught a glimpse of her back. She always hated watching people walk away. That's why I became an investigator. I will help the Foundation uncover the truth behind those disasters, ensure the people responsible to get what they deserve. I will not allow the same tragedy to happen again. Her calm voice fills the room, carrying a quiet but unshakable resolve. The two children exchange a look before speaking up. So, what's written in the student handbook? Is it true? It says we should devote ourselves to ensure the peace and stability of human world. So we have to become investigators too, or do something else that's valuable?
Which means...
That's what our future will be, right? Well... She glances back at Lavender, who is eyeing her closely from behind her glasses. The correct answer is clear, but... Let's see, that's right. That's right. So did I get the thing wrong? Was I supposed to click on that one? She hasn't forgotten her promise to at least be a proper monitor assistant for today. The two small heads drooped, then looks again in surprise at their next word. At least for now it is. There are many terrible disasters going on outside, and bad people running a rampage. The most important thing is to fix these problems, so everyone can live in safety again. It's not easy. It will take efforts of everyone, and it will take yours too, when you're older, I mean. But once the crisis is over, I think people should be free to do what they truly want. How do we... So did I choose the wrong one? Alright, let's just do 5 again, but speed through it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Wait, if I hit skip, does it skip to... Okay, let's see. Necessary. Miss Mathilde. Unable to hold back the truth, her words drawn in startled gasps. Mathilde clenches her teeth, electing to ignore it. Alright, so that's what it was supposed to be. Also, we could check what the other thing is in number 3 if we didn't save the person too, so we'll check that out too. There are many terrible disasters going on outside, and bad people roaming apart. The most important thing to fix is... Oh wait, so we already did this stuff. Okay, yeah. We can skip again. Well, let's see, let's go back to 3, and if we hit skip... let's say we don't spring into action. Oh, we're slow! Okay.
Whoa!
Bad news. She's a split second too slow. The incantation that came effortlessly to her in class catches on her tongue. The boy is about to crash headfirst. No! In a burst of adrenaline, Mathilde lunges forward. Ouch! Miss Mathilde, are you alright? Mathilde doesn't have the breath to answer. She pushes the boy off of her, groans, and rolls twice across the ground before managing to sit up. Bad news, she's pretty sure there's a lump forming on her head. Good news, no one's cracked their open in front of her. Mathilde has let her guard down too soon.
What?
And that's when she falls. And we got to meet Jay! Okay. Alright. Let's see, 6. We unlocked all the memories. Stage 6, we're still in the guardhouse.
Oh.
Then, I want to be a knight, like Brad and them. I want to write poems. I'm not very good yet, though. The children dream out loud about their future, and the guardhouse fills with warm laughter. Wait, more laughter than is ever heard before. At some point, the scratching of a pen on paper has stopped. Lavender taps her pen against the page, yet cannot bring herself to write a single word. What about you, Miss Mathilde? What do you want to do?
For example,
Be a legendary investigator? The kind who writes a bunch of books about their adventures? Or like your mother, a traveling crystal merchant, or a fortune teller? Me? The question catches Mathilde off guard. She thinks for a moment before replying. I'm interested in all of those things, but none of them feels like what she truly wants most. Her confusion makes the vision within the Ocarium fade, returning it to original clarity. Your medium is reflection. Matilda recalls her mother's words from the first time she performs the arcane skill. Signs of the future will present themselves to you, though anything that holds a reflection. Our arcane skills mirrors our natures. My nature? What does that mean, Mama? Her mother only smiles, as she always does. You will understand when the time comes. Matilda was too young to grasp the words at the time, so the memory buried itself deep in her mind. Now seeing her own face mirrored in the curve of the orbium, she begins to understand. It began with her grandfather's stories. Tales of heroes who braved great adventures, achieved glory, and won the admiration of many. Those stories planted a seed in her heart. She wanted to become someone great, someone extraordinary. But stories alone couldn't teach her how to achieve it. What did it mean to actually be someone great? Her first guiding star was her mother, very Bernice, always graceful, composed, and effortlessly brilliant. So Matilda mimicked her gesture, took up the ocarina, and practiced the art of divination. Then came that fleeting encounter at the parade ceremony. From the moment she met her, she knew the orange-haired girl would forever be her rival. So she transferred to SPDM, buried herself in books, and learned the meaning of competition, cooperation, and friendship among her peers. And then came Vertin. Matilda has once dismissed her as unfocused, yet, even back in her student days, she couldn't deny her natural brilliance. After that incident, the timekeeper and the chief assistant drifted apart, and Matilda, refusing to be left behind, worked tirelessly, submitting application after application to finally become an official investigator. So that's what Mama meant. She finally realized that her mother, Sonetto, and even Vertin are all the same in one way. Some she saw as mentors, others as rivals, but what she truly saw in all of them were the reflection of her own inspiration. Following those reflections, she had always been tracing her path forward step by step. The answer now clear. Matilda smiles. But none of that is what I want most. None of them is my final goal in life. I do plan to be a skilled investigator, and I want to refine my fortune telling, yes. Once all those pressing problems are solved, there are still so many other things I'm curious to do. Things I want to try. I cannot say exactly what I'll be doing decades from now. The orgarium in her hand glows once more, lighting the children's face with the reflection of the dazzling world. The most important thing is to be yourself, to become the person you want to be. So there is one thing I'm certain of: when that time comes, I know I'll truly become the great Matilda Boynish. Oh, that's a cute screenshot I could do. Okay. Well, these are the kids, so they're pretty, yeah. Also, she's a new, okay, so that's what Landler looks like. But I'm not sure if they're gonna play a part in the future, well, maybe. Alright, so 7. Still in the guardhouse. Alright, enough stories. Now you two stay put and finish your detention properly. If you're as curious as you said about the outside world, then don't do any silly things. Don't do any more silly things. That way, next year, you get to go on a field trip with everyone else. Matilda turns to say goodbye, but the kid's face crumbles in disappointment. Even if we behave, we won't be picked. Picked? What do you mean? Field trip day should be for everyone. It was that way last year, but this time, they said only the ones they choose to get to go. The boy hangs his head. Something in his tone makes Matilda's eyes narrow. You mean there are more children's stuff left in school? Where are they? Oh, are we doing a scavenger hunt for the other kids? Matilda knocks once before pushing the door open. The classroom is full, but dead silent. So silent it's suffocating. All the blank young eyes turns towards her, and freezing mid-stroke. Behind the podium, the monitor director raises to her feet. Linda, John! She stares in disbelief at the two children behind Matilda, then glances towards a black back row, 2 desks piled high with books. Ha! You two never learn your lesson, do you? Well done, Miss Boonish. You two, up front, now. Madam Harper, I'm here for you. Matilda cuts her off. May I have a word outside? Something in Matilda's eye makes the director hesitate. After a moment's scrutiny, she agrees. Continue your self-study. I'll have no fooling around, understood? Alright, we're at the hallway. Miss Matilda, what are you going to do? In a few seconds before the monitor director steps out, Lavender tugs gently on Matilda's sleeve. You knew about this, didn't you? Why didn't you tell me? But when she sees Lavender's face, she swallows the rest of her word. Don't worry, leave it to me. But the classroom door opens. Wait, the classroom door swings open. The director gazes as sharp as a blade. Miss Boonish, make it quick. I don't have time to waste. I'd like to know what so many students weren't allowed to join the field trip. What is this new selection system about? It doesn't seem to match the reason why Madam Z introduced the field trip day. What are you implying? It's a school decision. Matilda takes a deep breath, her voice trembling slightly, but she already made up her mind. Let's take a stand, since I think that's... yeah. Then the school decision is wrong. She promised herself she would stay out of trouble today, but she changed her mind. You once liked them, a school child in a classroom, looking out the window, hoping any passing grown-up would speak up in the name of fairness. But no one ever did. But now she can be that grown-up she always hoped to see. Wrong? Did you hear what you're saying? We announced the rule long ago. Anyone who breaks school regulation or fails class loses the right to participate. Yet these children still refuse to behave and still ignore their studies. Is that fair to the good students? Those who did everything right? Wait, there's more stuff to unlock? We're gonna choose the first one. That's not the point. Oh wait, what? Select a rekindle memory and try to use that mindset when talking. Okay, so modern assistance. Oh! These are the stuff we saved. Oh, so that's good that we, okay. You're right. Good behavior deserves reward, and mistakes should be consequences. But this punishment isn't right. She looks towards the classroom, at the eyes peeking out up at her, filled with quiet hope. Even the so-called bad kids have the right to be curious about the outside, a right to see the world they were born into. You know how precious this opportunity is for them? So if I choose this one again, should I? So I have to choose Sosa. Oh, oops. Oops, I chose the wrong thing. Wait, so... Or did I... Wait, so did I click Sosa or did I click on this by accident? Okay. When Madam Z first proposed field day trip, the goal was to let all students safely and appropriately explore the world beyond the school walls. This is exactly what last year's notice said. It's still pinned on the main hall bulletin board. You heard me, Madam Harper. It says all students. What exactly are you trying to say, monitor assistant Mathilde Boonish? I. Okay, if I choose the middle one, does it do anything? I will take them. You? Her voice raised sharply, eyes locked at Mathilde as though she's staring at some foreign creature. You don't have the authority, not even I do. Miss Boynish, you're being reckless. You have no idea what you're doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. The door is right here beside me. All I have to do is open it, and they will be free. I bumped into the Razor Squad earlier. They have a car to drive us to the site. We'll all be safe from them there. The children may have missed the morning event, but if we leave now, we still make it in time for the picnic and afternoon activities. Do you understand the consequences of this? I do, Madam Harper. Mathilde takes a few steps forward and grips the doorknob. She opens the door. Alright. So stage 8. Okay, we're outside the school. So does that mean are we on the way to the field trip day? The sense of fulfillment has filled Mathilde's chest slowly. The sense of fulfillment had filled Mathilde's chest slowly fades as she steps beyond the gate, dimming with an evening sky.
What troubles you?
It seems my daughter has a little difficulty today. Mama, I told you I didn't have to come. You didn't have to come pick me up. Mathilde's voice grows smaller under her mother's calm gaze. Looks like my promotion is done for. But I have no regrets. If I had to do it again, I would still make the same choice. Alright, we got to the principal's office. I believe you have something to explain, Madam Harper? Why did I see students who were supposed to stay at the school arrive at the field trip site with Razor Squad? I don't recall reciting my decision. Behind the heavy walnut desk, the man's tone reveals nothing. No anger, no approval. Lavender, standing behind the monitor director, trembles slightly. The director lowers her gaze, a look no student has ever seen before. My deepest apologies, sir. It was all a failure in my supervision. I will make no excuses. You? The man behind the desk paused, lost in brief thought. A heavy silence filled the room. But from what I heard, it was the monitor assistant, Madame Mathilde Boniche, who arranged this whole thing, wasn't it? As you said, she's only an assistant. Her words are gentle, yet firmly cut off. She reminds me of you when you were younger, always full of ideas. And the young lady behind you. Her name's Lavender, correct? Madame Harper has spoken for you. What's your opinion of Mathilde Boynish? No need to hold back, Miss Lavender. I already heard about Madame Boynish's promotion to level 3 investigator. I'm genuinely pleased for her. Whatever answer you give today, I assure you no one will be penalized. After all, the committee decisions aren't ours to control. I just want your honest opinion. Yes, Principal. Please wait a moment. I recorded everything that happened today. In truth, she doesn't know how to answer. She doesn't want to hide anything, but she still isn't sure how much she should say. What's the right answer? What does right even mean? Her mind goes blank as she slips through open her notebook. The most important thing is to be yourself, to become the person you want to be. The image of the person who said those words flickered in her mind. What would she say? And what does she want to say? I think... She takes a deep breath. I think Miss Mathilde is an impressive monitor assistant. And in the distant future, maybe, she'll become the great Mathilde Boynish. Beep 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 beep. The cheerful tone makes Mathilde jolt upright. She fumbles at her portable communicator, her hand trembling. Miss Mathilde Boynish, your clearance level has been updated to level 3 investigator. The St. Pablo Foundation looks forward to your continued contribution. She doesn't read the rest, holding the device close. Her motion soars like a roller coaster, shooting straight from the deeps up to the clouds. Mama, look! Matilda leaps into her mother's arms, and their day ends with a heartily celebrated dinner. The next morning, Matilda Boynish reports to the San Pablo Foundation, ready to receive her first mission as a level 3 investigator. And that's the end of her antidote. Let's collect all the rewards. We got a level 5 side cube. Anything else good? Yeah, this is good. We're leveling up what's it called? Renaissance. So I'm not sure if the shy lavender got changed her mind and like so 10-10. All right, let's do